Alright, we're back. So, I'm okay, first and foremost. Guess I'll name this round 3. Okay, so Radar Omega stopped working. Don't know why it stopped working, so right now, we're going to be doing radar scope. Let's look at the velocity here. Right now, we have a large and dangerous tornado on the ground. This is just south of East Limestone High School. This is going east-northeast, north of Rainbow Mountain. It's going to go just south of Harvest. So if you're anywhere in those areas, you need to be in a safe place immediately. Let's see, and then over here you have another tornado that was confirmed on the ground. That was near the Browns Ferry nuclear plant. Going to track right behind this one, okay? So, goodness gracious, hold on. My buddy Christian is calling me. I'm going to answer real quick. Okay. A tornado emergency has been issued for Huntsville. Goodness gracious, now I gotta do it. Okay, so we got a tornado emergency for the city of Huntsville, Alabama. We're getting sheets of rain in Athens. I gotta exit this. I gotta go back to Omega. Omega, you gotta help me out here. Come on, man. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, sheets and sheets of rain here. But we have a PDS, emergency tornado warning, for city of Huntsville. This is for this tornado right here, tracking towards Clarkdale, Western Hills Estates, Cluttsville. It might get Grove Park. You guys got to be in your safe place. There's multiple instances of rotation in the southern parts of these supercells. You've got to take this seriously. This is as serious as it can get. This is a tornado emergency. If you're in the city of Huntsville, if you're in Madison especially, if you're anywhere in central Madison County, you've got to get in a safe place right now. Same thing south of 72 for Athens. South of 72 for Limestone County. Be in a safe place right now. Getting hailstones on the window now. But you're getting a huge hail core right now, or right over Tanner. You have a tornado that is definitely on the ground heading towards Huntsville. And that is just not looking good. It's just not looking good. I am baffled at how different the reflectivity looks than the reflectivity. It is so annoying. But goodness gracious. Okay, I'm going to have to close this window. Okay. Oh goodness, you can hear the hailstones hitting the window. It is really coming down here. After this is done, we should be good in the city of Athens east or west. Excuse me. Goodness gracious, yeah, we're getting ping pong size hail here. Maybe dime, maybe quarter. I know that's different, or that's very different sizes, but that's coming from different angles, or that's just looking out the window too. So right now we have a life-threatening situation in Limestone County and Madison County. You've got to be in your safe place if you are anywhere in the city limits of Huntsville. And I know that's a lot, and I know that's a big area, but I mean it. When it goes all the way into Limestone County now, all of that, if you are in the city limits of Huntsville, or if you're in the landlocked city of Madison, you need to be in your safe place right now. This could be a large and particularly dangerous situation. This is a particularly dangerous situation. This is a large and violent tornado on the ground heading right down Highway 72. and it's going right towards the city of Huntsville. You've got to be in your safe place no matter where you are in the city limits of Huntsville. There is a second supercell behind this that will probably track very similar to the first track, okay? So this is going to go southern Limestone County. So if you're there and the first tornado's already passed you, stay in your safe place. Stay where you are. This is going to go on by, and there's going to be another one. And after that, we'll be good for about an hour or two, ideally, unless something pops up out here. But right now, these supercells are dominating the show. Let's go back to velocity. You have a classic couplet. I feel like this is a tight signature right here. We have another broad rotation up here. Anything getting not guys. Anywhere. I mean, you look at reflectivity. Your tornado is going to be somewhere in here. Okay, your tornado is going to be somewhere in there. Don't worry about, oh, if I'm in Capshaw, I'm just to the north of it. No, this thing could wobble around. You never know what it's going to do. And right now, quite frankly, we don't know exactly where it's at. We just know it's on the ground. So, or at least I don't. So, because all these radar scans showing different areas of rotation, but from reflectivity, from what we know about supercells, that is where your tornado is going to be. That's going to be going east-northeast into the city of Huntsville. Again, if you were in the city of Huntsville, you need to be in a safe place right now. Let's play this in motion. Gosh, get that off the screen. Okay, so this is indeed, and we're getting reports that Reed Timmer intercepted the tornado. So, yeah. Yes, lots of different circulations. This is just, it is so broad. We know there's a tornado on the ground. And it just went through a big part of Limestone County, very populated area of Limestone County. And it's heading towards the northern part of Madison right now. It's on Highway 72, but it honestly could be anywhere up to where Capshaw is. So, I mean, maybe even north of there. So, from anywhere from Capshaw down to Madison, be in your safe place. I mean, let's do this. Let's say right here. I mean, obviously, if you're in the tornado emergency, you need to be in your safe place. But this area especially, you need to be in your safe place. There could be a violent, large, dangerous tornado heading your way. And you need to be in a safe place immediately. So, again, this is a particularly life-threatening situation. Let's go to velocity on here. I do want to watch that second rotation in southern Limestone County also, but right now you have a textbook classic supercell that is just right there on 72. So we are, man, okay. Is there a CC drop? Goodness gracious, I didn't even. Doesn't look like anything significant right now. Hopefully it lifted. Maybe it did. But, what is that? Is it this? Was it that? No, okay, it's gone now. Okay, sorry. That was really confusing. So Huntsville has canceled the tornado warning for Lawrence and Limestone. So that's what that was. They issue a new severe thunderstorm warning for, okay, Morgan County, gotcha, Decatur, Brookmead, Priceville, the entire Decatur area, south of Trinity. They're in a severe thunderstorm warning for more cells that are trying to pop up here. Yeah, and guys, can you believe it? This is an enhanced risk day. Yesterday was moderate. Unbelievable. But yeah, so we have what could still be a particularly dangerous situation unfolding right here in the Tennessee Valley. Still getting some serious signs of rotation in West Madison County. So again, you are under a tornado emergency. This is literally as bad as it can get. So you need to be in your safe place and treat this with the utmost respect. Let's see. Let's go ahead and backtrack just real quick. Obviously, same location, city of Huntsville, we've covered that. Mooresville, Canebrake, I'd still say in your safe place. We still got rotation going on back here. But we still got more to go back here. More to keep an eye on anyways. So, we do have a second possible rotation trying to form. Right here. Alright? And we've already known, obviously, what that's done. But this is a situation where you got to stay in your safe place for a little longer than you probably want to. But I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if this thing becomes dominant and takes over the whole supercell. So, I mean, this thing could easily follow that similar track right through Madison County again. So, goodness. Just got to keep an eye on these. Again, not seeing anything huge in relation to that storm. And this storm, Madison County, Meridianville, I'd be ready to take your safe place. Honestly, anywhere down that highway. Parcel Gardens, normal. Meridianville, Alabama A&M University especially, get in a safe place. It's looking like it's going to be Huntsville north to Meridian. That's going to be, or Meridianville, excuse me. It's going to be somewhere in there. That's where it's going to go. So, if you're anywhere in there, get in your safe place. Grove Park, obviously Western Hill Estates, you should have been in your safe place a long time ago. Chase, Ryland, Blue Spring Garden, Moores Mill, Three Forks, Ryland, Brownsboro, Moontown, Chestnut Knob. All of you guys need to get in your safe place immediately. Immediately. This is by definition, a particularly dangerous situation. Good for you, Beckett. I just dodged a monster. That's a joke, by the way. Good. That's awesome. I really don't have to worry about these other supercells behind it, or these other storms. You're going to have to watch them, obviously, though. But it's looking like this is trying to get its act together. But this will be a while, probably, until it actually does. It'll probably be a North Madison County problem. But right now, the entirety of the city of Huntsville is under the gun, with what looks like multiple opportunities for tornadoes to drop. Besides your main feature. Multiple opportunities for rotating columns of air right there, and it's all moving right into Huntsville. So again, if you are in the city of Huntsville, anywhere in the city limits of Huntsville, you need to be in a safe place. I really hope everybody's safe too. That was a scary one, and we still looks like we might still have some ways to go, but that was pretty gnarly. So let's zoom in here. Let's go reflectivity again. It's definitely still there. I'm sure Brad Arnold's probably going to hit one of these numbers. Goodness. And this is starting to show signs of rotation too. So, just spectacular. Let's go back to reflectivity. zoom out here a little bit. Goodness. Yeah, we're in the middle of a tornado outbreak. See, are these indicated? Indicated. That's good. Indicated. That's good. Well, that's observed. And an emergency. Let's see. Not any huge changes there yet. Glad y'all are safe. Hope to God everyone else is safe too. Me too. Wish we had stuff like this for earthquakes. Yeah, you can't really cover it that well. You can't really cover earthquakes that well. I can't believe it. Reed Timmer, I got to see this video, right? I got to see this video. This is Reed Timmer. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put it on here. Oh my gosh. This looks like a rain-wrapped wedge tornado. Holy... Wow. Okay, so to recap, Reed Timmer, one of the most infamous and famous chasers, he just intercepted a tornado in Limestone County, and it looked like it was a large wedge, rain wrapped. There's a lot to unpack there. But wow. So this they say tornado warning expires at 6:45, and this is the tornado emergency. So let's see what they end up doing here. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle this. Especially this up here. So, gotta keep an eye on that. In the next 5 minutes, we'll know. I mean, if they just let this expire or not. Yeah, if they do allow this to expire, obviously I'm gonna keep on watching these two cells. But I'm definitely gonna need to compile what has happened. Like, what just happened? The Dominator got thrown into a ditch? Dominator rotated 360? Okay, now wait a minute. Doesn't it take like a... Like... Guys, how strong was that tornado? Let's see what Brad Arnold's got. Wait... A new tornado warning, but I don't know what. I don't see it. Come on, give it to me. You know it might be good when there's 1,200 streamers or 1,200 viewers. That's probably why it's so hard to load into it. Okay. So this is North Huntsville. Froze there a little bit. Kind of expect that. Where is that new tornado warning? Oh, it's in Indiana. Okay. Cool. So, 3 minutes until 6:45, and they have yet to issue a warning. Or a new warning. That is a big couplet. But at the same time, it's not where you'd think it should be. So it's just an interesting situation, but right now the whole thing is wrapping up. When I say wrapping up, like rain wrapping up, not like it's ending. But the whole thing is rain wrapped. So again, if you're still in the city of Huntsville, then you need to be in a safe place. There's a possible tornado on the ground right now, moving through the city limits, and there could be one right behind it, because that circulation is still kind of there. And the second cell has produced a tornado in the past. So you got to keep an eye on that too. So if you are in this warning, you have got to be in your safe place. And honestly, if you're in this severe thunderstorm warning, you should probably treat this like a tornado warning. Get away from windows. The reason I say that is because this storm has had a history of producing baseball-sized hail, which is insane. So I would definitely take shelter there, and treat it like a tornado warning. So it was a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Tornado emergency. And we're going to see what they do here. We are approaching 6:45, which is the expiration date, or the expiration time, I should say. It's still seeming pretty broad, but this one has, okay, there you go. They issued news one. I figured they would, but this one behind it, for Brookmade, Priceville, Decatur, is starting to rotate as well. So there is a new tornado warning for Huntsville. And this is an observed tornado on the ground, so they still have it on the ground. So let's see where they say this thing is. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located over UAH, moving east at 30 miles per hour. So this is over the University of Alabama and Huntsville's campus, or at least it was. So here's the campus. And here's that hook. So you can only assume your tornado's right here. So, which makes sense. So your possible tornado now, I mean, Brad Arnold really might have a good view at it. That's going to be up on the mountain, or at least on the foothill of it. He's going fast. Golly. Hope he's not trying to get out of the way. Hope he's all right. So it was tracking east. So if it was at UAH tracking east, then this hypothetically would be in Huntsville. So if you were in Huntsville, again, anywhere in the city limits, and I would say up to Meridianville and over to Moore's Mill, get in your safe place. You mean, probably a good idea. Brad Arnold is close to where he should be, or close to, where the tornado should be. They have now issued a new tornado watch for Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, places like that. We'll go over that in just a moment. Goodness. Okay, so this has still got him going, flying down the road. I think he's still going east. Let's look at the velocity. The possible tornado is right behind him. But you still got to treat this like this is a confirmed tornado on the ground, because last we've heard, it is a confirmed tornado on the ground. This is a particularly dangerous situation. So this is a PDS tornado warning. Not a PDS tornado emergency, but it is a PDS tornado warning. So take cover now if you're in the city limits of Huntsville. This is going to be tracking towards Ryland, Maysville, Three Forks, Blue Spring Garden, Country Village, Chase, St. Clair Store, Bingham Mountain, Sharp Mountain, Jasper Point, Potato Knob, Bice Mountain, all these locations, you need to be in your safe place. Because this tornado, it's now, I'm almost thinking that that's it right there. Let's look at correlation coefficient. Not seeing much. Not seeing much of anything. But if it's there, he should see it soon. So let's see if we can get it on Brad Arnold's stream. Sponsored or brought to you by Cyclone Port, apparently. Goodness gracious, I cannot believe that Reed Timmer stuff. That is insane. Three Forks, yes. Justin really got caught up in the Three Forks thing. Holy cow, is this it? That is certainly your wall cloud. Whatever's in there is rain wrapped. All right? So this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. You just can't see it right there because it's rain wrapped. It's covered in rain. Of course, it's reconnecting. But it's somewhere right in there. Of course, he's got the camera turned over now. Look at that. So it's coming up right up on him. Is that? See, I'm trying to figure out where he is. It's so hard to figure that out. But it's not really showing anything. I don't see anything major on him. Well, okay, he's going away from it, so that'll do it. You definitely do have a bit more rotation sparking up at normal. And also, again, you just have to watch the storm in the back. If not a tornado, this thing will have pretty big hail. I wouldn't be surprised if they issued a severe thunderstorm warning for that. And of course, this one's looking just a little weird, so I'm just gonna... Okay, that's fair. Yeah, let's not. Stop. No, let's not. Let's see. Just watching that. Just looking at it. Just looking at it. Still no warning for that. Oh, okay, that's a new update. Let's see. Okay. So, the inflow in this thing is definitely getting better. There's your inflow, right? And then the hook, the hook you always hear about. So your tornado is going to be somewhere in here. Somewhere in here. And it is going to be moving in this general direction for the next, goodness, gonna be a couple hours. We'll see. We'll track this as it goes up towards Maysville, Mooresville, and Newmarket. They did continue this tornado warning. They downgraded this to radar indicated, so they do not have any physical evidence of a tornado on the ground as of right now. Right now in Athens, there's this little piece of convection forming out behind this supercell. So, and I'm not seeing anything major with that. Obviously, it's spinning a little bit, but, you know. Stop. Ugh. Sorry, I done. I dropped the pencil. Okay. So, this just got me looking east or west, excuse me. Jeez. Definitely still some rotation there, and it might be trying to tighten up a little bit again. So, they're still saying lime-sized hail, which is ridiculous, by the way. Goodness gracious. Oh, yeah, here's that new tornado watch, by the way. Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Utah, Livingston, York, Fayette, Vernon, Jasper, Oxford. It's crazy. So, let's check one thing real quick. Give me just 1 second. Again, this thing is still radar indicated. Sorry, we got, we do have one person out in the field, I guess. Chase, oh! Big lightning. There it is. Sorry, that was, like, I literally saw the lightning strike come down. That was insane. Yeah, this storm's definitely trying to strengthen a bit. That's over Athens right now, but it's not anything severe. Never mind, it is severe. But, but, or no, okay, that's for that one. I thought, sorry, that expires in 6 minutes. This is a considerable damage threat for the severe thunderstorm warning. This is the Lime size hailstones. We have a radar indicated tornado now for Huntsville, and it's again looking like there might be a tornado over Montesano State Park. Let's see. I mean, it very much could be. Let's go. Ugh. Looks like 2 little notches there. See if there's anything on correlation coefficient. Not seeing anything yet. And all of a sudden, he's coming back towards it. Okay, what you got for us? Let's see what you got, Brad Arnold. So I think he's driving back towards Huntsville. I think. That's what it showed him doing last time on the last update. But that would be bringing him closer to this tornado. So this possible tornado could be anywhere from Mercury down to Montesano State Park, going east-northeast at around probably 30 miles per hour. Let's see what it's got going here. It is 30 miles per hour, yeah. So this is going east-northeast at 30 miles per hour. Right now, Huntsville is actually getting a lot of large hail. Lime-size hail, potentially. Downtown Huntsville is. UAH, Huntsville Park, just downtown Huntsville. Hillendale, that whole area is probably getting bombarded right now with large hail. So this supercell's continuing to churn on, like we assumed that it probably would today. And yeah, I'm thinking that's a tornado. I'm thinking that's it right there. I'm thinking that's it right there. Yeah. So let's see if, what are you doing? Don't, sorry. Let's see if Brad Arnold has any visual on it. Power lines down in Athens. I believe it. I certainly believe that. Low end EF3, Christian says. You heard it here first. Low end EF3. So, all right, this is, I think he's going back towards Huntsville. So this is going to continue on, and now it's going over some mountainous terrain, so let's see if this affects it at all. I doubt it will, because of how strong the storm is. So they continue the tornado, or the severe thunderstorm warning. Damage they're considerable. Hail, 2 inches, lime size. This is for DeKalb and Jackson counties. Good news, right? Some good news. This severe thunderstorm warning looks like it's probably going to be allowed to expire. And, of course, while I say that, it's still rotating, right? It's still rotating. But you do have a possible developing supercell that's going to be tracking a little bit to the south of the other one, but it might impact Huntsville yet again. This might be more of a threat to the Redstone Arsenal, Huntsville Airport, Fleming Hills, Lily Flag, Whitesburg Estates. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, I'm just getting the heavy rain from this thing. So let's see. What does it look like? Yeah, it's raining. Yeah. All right. So here's my hope. Here's my hope. So right now, the overall line is about right in here. So this has been pretty healthily moving along. However, the bad news is that these storms down here seem to be getting their act together as well. So we might have to deal with yet another round. But for now, we'll just see. So, again, I would not be surprised if they issued a warning for this one right here, near Triana. All right? So, goodness, look at that hail in Huntsville. I mean, goodness gracious. Montesano State Park is getting pelted right now. Goodness gracious. Let's see what Brad Arnold's got going on right now. Or not. Maybe not. Oh, hey, Emily. Oh, hey, Christian. Me and Lenny were stressed. Oh, yo, my legs were shaking like a cartoon character. That's real. It's actually, now that I say that, I made that same joke in one of my tornado videos. That's actually the only other time it's happened. That's weird. Tornadoes make my legs shake. Like scared. Huh. Anyways, so Priceville looks like it might be dealing with a little broad rotation. Just to the north of Priceville. Rolling Hills, Cave Springs, New Hope. Keep your eye on this. Keep your eye on this. It's trying to rotate. These definitely look like supercells that are just trying to get their act together. So, still gonna keep it here. But yeah, no, this is exactly what you hope wouldn't. There it is. See, told you. There's your tornado warning. Is it gonna go? The siren's gonna go off here again? That'd be really annoying if it did. But yeah, new tornado warning. This is a radar indicated tornado near Priceville. This one is a lot easier to spot on radar. You can see clearly that is where you timber first. You can see clearly just north of Priceville. It's about to cross over the Tennessee River right now, probably become a water spout for like a good bit, and then cross over into Triana. Triana. I've lived here all my life, and and then eventually into the southern portions of the Redstone Arsenal, and then into South Huntsville. So that's your brand new tornado warning. This is going to be going. So I was just making sure that the sirens weren't going off. Right now, the rotation definitely seems to be broad, but still. Right now, we have an observed tornado in Huntsville. So now let's see if Brad Arnold sees anything. Try Anna. Well, that doesn't help me. I don't know how to say Anna either. Do it. Okay, if it's Anna, do 1A. And then if it's Anna, do like A in AH. This is a genuine cry for help. So not getting anything from Brad there. But there definitely is. Okay, Anna. Okay. Triana. Okay. So there you go. There you go. That's how you say it. Thank you. So this is going to be just to the north of Maysville, probably. This is going to cross over into Jackson County. So Pleasant Groves, Skyline, those places, being your safe place. Yeah, again, we've already mentioned these places before, but Bingham Mountain, Princeton, Holly Tree, Baileytown, Larkin, East Still Fork. There is a confirmed tornado on the ground. It's heading your way. So be in your safe place. Meanwhile, down here, we have another possible tornado that's on the Tennessee River right now. So if this is on the ground, it is a water spout by definition, which is cool. Emily, am I okay for the night or what? Not yet. Not yet. We still have a ways to go until I can give you an all clear. But so far, and we're right in the middle of the event, but so far, we've had maybe 2 tornadoes in Limestone. One of which was significant, definitely. One of which a storm chaser drove into. So, and the sirens are going off. Why are the sirens are going off? It was really delayed. I don't know why the sirens are going off after all that, but the sirens are sounding countywide in Limestone County. However, there is no tornado warning for Athens, Tanner, Town Creek, or anywhere like that. So, unless this thing, which I don't think so yet, no. So, this is the main concern right now. This is in, like, Mooresville, okay? So, people tuning in right now because the sirens are going off. This is closer to the Wheeler National Wildlife Refuge south of Mooresville. So this is literally on the river. And this is going to be crossing into Triana. And it will be going down the river towards the Redstone Arsenal. And then eventually places like Lily Flag, Regent Forest, Whitesburg Estates, Meadow Trace, Fox Run, Ridgewood, Owens Crossroads, Berkeley, and Cherry Tree. But it has a good bit to go. But this is these storms are in an environment where, like, they can pop at any time. Right now, this is just looking visibly similar to May 8th last year. You have all these little cells popping up. The question is, are these things going to be able to develop into full-fledged supercells? And that's the next question. But until then, we have to focus on these, because these are your 2 developed supercells. And this one's wrapping up again. Goodness gracious, you can really see it in there. Observed tornado on the ground. And oh man, yeah, there it is. That is your tornado. Just to the east of Maysville. Okay, so this is going to be going like east, 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 northeast. So we're going to say Bingham Mountain, Holly Tree, Little Nashville, Trenton, Garth being your safe place. So let's go ahead, let's time that out. It's still looking kind of like it's more eastbound, actually. So let's do it a little like this. And then let's go 30 miles per hour. Oh, 30 miles per hour. It'll be in Trenton in about 17 minutes. Holly Tree, about 17 minutes. Little Nashville, about 20 minutes. Pleasant Groves in about 22 minutes. So, if you're in any of those places, you've got to be in your safe place, because this thing seems to be coming right towards you. So, that is the lowest floor of your building, wherever you are. Get into a place with no windows, an interior room. If you can, go underground. Whoops, I keep on doing that. If you can, go underground, and you will be okay. No reason to be worried about it. No reason to be scared. Just got to do what you got to do in a situation like this. So this is a very tight circulation. All right. So this is climbing up a mountain right now. It's going up to Bingham Mountain. It's going to head over towards Trenton, Little Nashville, maybe to the south of Holly Tree, but it's too close to call, so you're going to have to get in your safe place anyways. Skyline. You got to watch down the road for this one too. Letcher and Winger and Pleasant Groves. This is a little bit more disorganized. But if there is a tornado on the ground right now, it's right here. Again, still on the river. Still going. It might even pass to the south of Triana. So, let's hope for that. But if you're in Triana, be in your safe place. If you're in Redstone Arsenal, to the south to the river, be in your safe place. Lily Flag, Owens Crossroads, it's coming. And you're in the polygon. So you need to get in your safe place as well. So, that's the two systems right now. For Athens, and for Florence, and Moulton, and the rest of this tornado watch, as you can see, is still in the tornado watch. They have not removed any of the watch yet. So, this is looking good for Florence right now. The reason I say that is because this is obviously rain-cooled, right? So this is obviously rain-cooled. So, my hope is that once this goes through, all right, once this batch goes through, will we be in that cooled air to the point where we don't have to worry about the storms anymore? Maybe, but we'll just have to see. Right now for Alabama, I think the main concern now, and I'm talking like center Alabama or middle Alabama, these things could definitely start rotating too, because these are in untapped air too. So as you can see, we have a very volatile environment today. Very favorable environment for tornadoes. And that is exactly what we got today. Still watching this little sucker right here. He's a small supercell. And he doesn't have access to direct moisture, but he's still trying to spin. And not only do I respect that, but I'm going to watch it closely. So, until these two become either non-factors or out of Madison County, we will be fine. So, and we'll be able to go, we'll be able to be done after this. Not done for the rest of the night. Hopefully, but not going to give that all clear yet. Not going to give that all clear yet. Oh man, I don't know what. Puerto Rico, cuando tenemos esas tormentas severas tienen que emitir. Is there a severe thunderstorm warning in Puerto Rico? There's not a severe thunderstorm on Puerto Rico. No. No, you're good. Wait. Yeah, man, if that's what you're at, yeah, no, you're probably fine. Cool. No, yeah, Puerto Rico's fine. La Villa de Factor is, yeah. No, yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine, Jay. Anyways, so, let's see. This is just scripted every year. It was just delayed by 12 days. Yeah. Yeah. What program are you using? I'm using Radar Omega. Excellent. Excellent radar application. For the longest time, I dissed it. I was a big radar scope guy. Obviously, I used it at the very beginning of this stream because I had to. But this is really cool. I mean, being able to get like okay, Pulaski cam. Here's Pulaski right now. Like, that's pretty cool. You can't do that with radar scope. You can't do that with radar scope. Like, okay, you want to go to Winchester? Let's go see what Winchester's like right now. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Can't do that with radar scope. See? I told you. Severe thunderstorm warning. A tornado possible tag has been issued to it. This will be tracking into Madison County again. This is Madison County's May 8th. This is insane. A tornado possible tag with this one. So that supercell is indeed trying to rotate. So this does include the town of Harvest. So if you were in Harvest, I would go ahead and just get in your safe place, just in case, especially with this tornado possible tag. I would go ahead and get in your safe place just to play it safe. Right now, it looks like... Let's check out the... Before I say that, let's check out the velocity. It's definitely still there. And if you want a rain-wrapped tornado, that is a rain-wrapped tornado. That is where the tight signature is, right here. Right there. You're not going to be able to see that. And that's on mountains. That is like the scariest kind of tornado that you can get. That is scary. And that thing is on the ground. So, goodness. Respect the polygon. That's what James Spann always says, and he had something to it. So, let's see here. Let's go to velocity. So now this rotation that was going towards Triana is certainly weakened. So it's a lot more broad now. That's good. And it's going to continue on that same track, but probably take a little bit of a north tick. So probably like east-northeast for a little bit until it strengthens again. Hopefully it doesn't strengthen again, obviously, but got to keep an eye on it. I'm going to look... let's see. I'm going to look at the mesoscale features and see what the cape is looking like and that sort of stuff. Mesoscale analysis maps. Goodness gracious. There we go. So, alright, this is going to be interesting to see here. Significant tornado parameter. Yeah, that makes sense. So, alright. So, before anything happens with that, that's still broad. This is a rain-wrapped monster that just crossed over into Jackson County. So this is right on top of Bingham Mountain. If you're in Holly Tree, Little Nashville, over to Baileytown and Skyline, you need to be in your safe place right now because it's coming right towards you. So, I'll let this go over, drag this into the display real quick. So this is the significant tornado parameter. And as you can see, it's a little misplaced because of that rain-cooled air right in here. But that is the strongest values. So, I mean, that tornado that occurred in Limestone County earlier most certainly did not have even the best dynamics that you could have for today. Let's go to the effective layer. Is that effective layer? No, okay, fixed layer. That shows a different story. This shows a radically different story. Effective. I think that's... Yeah. So, quick update. The tornado warning for Madison and Jackson County has been continued, but they've downgraded it from a confirmed to radar indicated. And did I just read Limestone on a warning? That went really quick. Did I? Let's make sure I didn't. Okay, cancels Limestone. Okay, cool. I was like, that other one actually spin up a tornado? So this is supercell composite right here. And as you can see, obviously supercell composite is quite high for us. That is because, well, we have all the ingredients we need. We have wind shear, we have cape. Let's look at the violent tornado parameter. Oh my goodness. So central Mississippi right now is actually the highlighting point, which is interesting, but nothing is happening right there. Let's go to surface-based cape. As you can see, there definitely has been a boundary set by these storms this evening, but there is still cape. There's still cape, so you gotta watch these things. This is May. You know, this is like summer-like conditions, but with the dynamics of a tornado day. So you gotta treat it as such. So this whole cluster right here is definitely your next main concern, right? I don't see anything right off the bat, of course, besides this storm right here, that would indicate to me that there is a tornado really trying to form. But I will say, they're all kind of rotating. There's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, and then obviously this whole thing and that. So they're all rotating. We have, crazy thermodynamics and dynamics right now. It is, right now, we are starting to be put into a better dynamic environment, but a not as good thermodynamic environment, which basically means there's not as much storm fuel left after these storms, and we hope that stays the same. We hope that is the case for the rest of the evening, and we hope that this will be the end of this severe weather episode, but we're not going to know, goodness, for maybe another hour. We're not going to know. So these especially I'm watching, because those could ignite into supercells also. Let's see the direction on those. These are east-northeast trackers, so they're kind of going on that same page. But when it comes to the city of Athens, and let's say Harvest, Ardmore, Elkmont, West Limestone, these don't look like they're as much of a threat to us right now. So right now I'm thinking, just because this is just what I'm seeing on the radar and knowing how the environment is, it very well could be that this area, once we get past this, I could finally give an all clear. Wouldn't that be incredible? So, Lucy, I'm not going to say that yet, but it is definitely looking a lot better than it was looking an hour ago. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Or I guess an hour and a half ago. Time flew. 57 minutes. Whoops. Open a note. So let's go over here, and so they still got lime-size hail on this supercell, which is probably right. Let's look at velocity on the southernmost, and yeah, you definitely still have some broad rotation in Triana, and that's moving east northeast, but definitely not anything on the ground right now. This is still observed. This expires in 9 minutes. But it's still pretty tight. Yeah, so they got another tornado warning for Jackson County. So this will include Scottsboro, Hollywood, Stevenson, High Top, Skyline, Bridgeport, down to Ider, Pisgah, and Hollywood, Scottsboro. Okay, yeah. So, and then over to Woodville. Woodville, you're probably fine from this particular tornado. So, they have continued this tornado warning, and they have issued a new tornado warning for much of Jackson County. So, I guess a little bit of DeKalb. This tornado is going to be moving east-northeast, as it's been doing. Right through there. If I had to guess, it's probably going to come in between Scottsboro and Stevenson. Let's see. Right now it's on Pleasant Groves. So let's see the high-res velocity. Let's track this out. See how fast it says it's going. Now, it did say the hail is now down to less than 1/4 of an inch. Or less than 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so moving northeast. Saying northeast? What is it, like east-northeast? Then again, not the National Weather Service. Yeah, moving northeast. Okay. So, let's do this. First of all, That's okay. You're good. Okay. Let's see. So this complex is going to be moving right in through here. So my original estimation was a little wrong there. But here is your new arrival times. Skyline, 5 minutes. Maynard Cove, 8. Kyles in 15 minutes. Carnes in 17 minutes. Fackler in 22. Wanville in 25. Rash in 26 minutes. Eureka in 28 minutes. Card Switch in 29. Stevenson in 29. Pender Hill in 31. Yucca in 31. Newtown, 32 minutes. Haynes Crossing in 32 minutes. Edgefield. Fabius. Old Fabius, 34 minutes. Cooper's Mill. Bolivar, 36 minutes. Cameronsville, 37 minutes. Summer Bluff, 39 minutes. Rocky Springs, 40 minutes. Bridgeport, 42. Battery Hill, 43. Richard City in 45 minutes. It's moving east-northeast, and this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. The hail, thankfully, is not as much of a factor as it was previously. Meanwhile, we now have a strengthening circulation here on the Tennessee River, just to the south of, let's say, it is south of the Redstone Arsenal, but let's say it's south of Whitesburg Estates. Just to the north of Larcy Springs. So yeah, you definitely now are getting a strong rotation signature right here on the Tennessee River. They've now expired the old tornado watch. But he's about to have a pretty good visual on this thing. So let's go to Brad Arnold. He's chasing. He just crossed the river. Okay. So let's see. This is an old radar image. So the tornado is probably like right here. So it's going to be interesting. Okay, he's crossing the river as we speak. So this tornado is on the Tennessee River. It's already past Wall Street. You can see the wall cloud. Wow. Look at that. That is the wall cloud on the right side of your screen right there. That is the side of the wall cloud. So let's see. I'm going to bring up the radar on my phone so I can tell you where this is. So this is, let's see here. Have to use Radar Omega. Radar Omega lets you see the small communities too. Radar Scope doesn't. So he's coming up right on this possible tornado. It's a very tight one. It's right over the Lacey Spring Airport. It should be on Airport Road, heading east towards River Loop Road. So it looks like the possible tornado is certainly to Arnold's right. It's about to cross 231. All right, turning back towards it. Good call. So this is going to be it coming up towards it. So that's your wall cloud. Obviously some scud with it, but that is your wall cloud. The rotation now looks like, at least on radar, it's right over them. Of course, it's probably delayed, so let's see what happens. Oh, thanks, Charlie. Goodness. Okay. How's the hail, if there is any? It was crazy. It was crazy. That one was crazy. Of course, I didn't go out there and hit myself in the head with it, but, you know. So this certainly could be a tornado on the ground right now. Literally where Brad Arnold is. So we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see what that is. That is for storms behind this. So we'll get to that in just a second. But that is for southern portions of Limestone County. So for Limestone County, if you're just getting a severe thunderstorm warning, it's got a tornado warning somewhere, but quarter size hail, 60 miles per hour. Communities include Decatur, Belmina, Tanner, Pete's Corner, French Mill, Capshaw, Charkdale, Western Hill Estates, Cluttsville, Northwood, Stone Ridge, Madison, New Haven, the Huntsville Airport, Mooresville, Redstone Arsenal, and Triana again. So, meanwhile, Brad Arnold is in Lacey Spring, Alabama, going south on 231, and now it looks like he's coming up to the median. Let's see. Ignore. So this is another supercell that's trying to form again over Decatur. This is going to move towards Mooresville, Belmina, and Madison, Greenbrier. If it takes more of that eastern turn, it could go right down I-565 towards the Huntsville Airport. So, they will allow this severe thunderstorm warning that was for Limestone County and parts of East Limestone, and Capshaw, East Limestone, Fairmount, Fairview, Sardy Spring, Copeland, Center Hill, Peekskill. For right now, that warning has been expired. The only tornado warning right now that we have now, which is surprising because of how tight that signature was, now it looks like Brad's going back north. So they have allowed this to expire. So this is going to continue over towards New Hope. Never mind. So, so this is a radar indicated tornado. They have continued this tornado warning. They're just going to issue another one. So this is for New Hope, north to Gurley, and Paint Rock and Woodville, Owens Crossroads, Lily Flag. If you're in any of those locations, you need to be in your tornado safe place. Vamonos, right now. So let's go back to, I guess that's fine. Let's check velocity on this whole thing. So you do have a, it's trying to get its act together over Decatur. Okay, it's a supercell. It's going to try to rotate. We'll see if it can fully develop. This one couldn't, but this one could because there's not much to the south of it. So this still is a pretty strong rotation. All right, this is going to be tracking northeast towards Owens Crossroads and New Hope and Woodville and Paint Rock and Gurley and Lily Flag. Might not be much Lily Flag, but it's looking like it's right here. All right, it's moving northeast towards Owens Crossroads. If you're in New Hope, I'm still taking shelter. Let's see, how long are we into this? An hour 8. Cool. So this is in southern Madison County. This is a possible tornado that's heading towards south of Owens Crossroads. It's probably going to pass in between Owens Crossroads and New Hope, but it could go to either or. So if you're in either community, please take your tornado precautions. This also could move northeast towards Berkeley. That's still in the cards. Christian Mountain, Cedar Point, Poplar Ridge, Keel Mountain, Woodville. All of you guys got to be in your safe place. Got to take this seriously. This is one of those days. All right, it is officially one of those days. It is a certified bro moment kind of day, and you know what? It is what it is. We survived, and we're gonna keep getting through this. So this seems to, the rotation is definitely still there in Jackson County, but it's definitely starting to weaken a little bit. Back down here, Brad Arnold is still flirting with this thing. Looks like he's in a bunch of rain right now. So Huntsville continues the severe thunderstorm warning for Madison and Jackson. And this is for half dollar size hail. So it went up a little bit. And I'm sure they'll probably issue that for the tornado warning as well. Again, this is still radar indicated, heading towards Owens Crossroads and New Hope. Again, if you're in any of those places, please take your tornado precautions. This has been moving in a more eastern direction, but it still can go to the north. So Owens Crossroads, again, please go ahead and take your safe place. Poplar Ridge, Cedar Point, Nebo, New Hope. All of them, or all of those communities and all of them in between, need to be in your safe place. Let's make that pretty clear. So back here, there looks like there's, I don't know if that's just a coincidence, but still got to look at that hook. But yeah, no, this is definitely starting to tighten up a little bit. This is definitely starting to tighten up. Again, it's going towards, you know, gosh, I'll put it more of an east turn. Well, maybe not. Either way, right now it's on Alum Hollow Land Trust. It's going to go towards Owens Crossroads. It's about to cross Old Highway 431. And it's about to cross just straight up. Isn't that 431? Yeah? Okay. Cool. Alright. So, that is going to be impacting southeast Madison County. And that scan doesn't look as healthy. So that's a good sign. So let's zoom back out here. We're going to look at this cell in limestone. So let's see. Let's just keep it with this radar. Gonna look here. There's certainly an area of broad rotation, or just it's trying to get its act together. And it looks like it's going pretty much right up I-565. From that angle, let's see what happens when... Yeah, I mean, so far, it's going close to the Huntsville airport. So, obviously it's not a big deal yet. No need to get in your tornado safe place yet, but there still is a broad rotation there. Still want to just keep a little eye on that. With any of these supercells, you just got to respect them. You just got to know that any of these things could drop a tornado at any time. This is a textbook Tennessee Valley outbreak. I mean, look at this. This is a crazy day. So the line itself seems to have broken up, which is great. So the good news is that we can almost say that Florence is all clear. Not quite, but we can almost say it. And we still got a little bit more to go here. And actually, it's actually pretty cool. You can see the glow from the sunset. It's like a yellowish cloud. It's crazy. So let's go high-res velocity on this. From Columbus, you can definitely see how it's trying to rotate. But from Huntsville, the closer radar, you see closer to the surface, not so much. Still keeping an eye on it, though, because all these so far have spun eventually. Besides that one. But that one was kind of doomed from the beginning. So the corridor now, that is just like, oh my gosh, is like where it's just going to be over and over and over again. Probably going to be this. It's going to gradually shift to the south. That is the mailman. Good for them. Wow. Good for them. I don't know how in the world. All right, cool. I definitely couldn't do it today, but respect to them. Goodness gracious. What do you got? Let's see if he's got anything. Let's see if Brad Arnold's got anything. He is going alarmingly fast on a county road, pouring down rain. That is crazy. I couldn't do that. That'd be terrified. So this cluster has not all congealed like I hoped it would, but it is still becoming a little messy. So that's good. That is a positive. That is a positive. And what could be the end of the line, is starting to move through limestone. So it's right in here. So this is going to pass. I'm going to wait until the risk is over for Madison. But it's not looking as bad as it was looking earlier. I'll say that much. This is a radar indicated tornado. They're still going to let it expire in 20 minutes. So the possible tornado at this point would be... It's very broad. It is very broad now. But it's roughly at Owens Crossroads, and it's heading towards Paint Rock and Woodville. This thing is going to have a hard time getting a proper inflow because it's starting to kind of like wrap up on itself a little bit. So it's going through cycles. Of course, if you're in this polygon, you need to be in a safe place. No buts about it. Just know that it can go through cycles, and just because it's not on the ground right now doesn't mean that it, can't be on the ground in 60 seconds, literally. So that's why you're under a tornado warning, because any second a tornado could drop. Still not seeing anything major with this broad rotation in Mooresville, so that's good. But all of this is moving east-northeast, and finally, I can definitely say we're way past the halfway point of this, which is great. But obviously, like tonight, if you're watching, I know we got some kind of out there at Alabama in the state. And they just continued that tornado warning. Radar indicated. They put 1.75 inch hail tag on it. Beautiful clouds. I mean, just gorgeous. But of course I have an iMac. I can't pick it up and turn it around. Well, I guess I could, but no. Yeah, Kat, you're right, but at the same time, this is kind of like a weather thing. I know people aren't going to care that much about it. And it's toasted weather, so it's kind of like, it's connected to the Toasted Noodle brand, but at the same time, I'm trying to carve around a path a little bit, but this is also officially the soft launch week of Toasted Noodle. This is Toasted Weather. That was the plan. So tomorrow I'm going to do just like a regular weather briefing video, which is supposed to be what my first one was. But yeah, yesterday was like my first briefing video. So, okay, so they just continue the severe thunderstorm warning for Limestone, Madison, Morgan. So they're keeping that one. Let's see. Still not seeing anything significant on rotation there. I totally lost my train of thought. This is an impressive looking supercell at this point. Obviously the rotation didn't look as good, but it's starting to wrap up on itself. It's trying. It's trying. This is for exclusive crew. We're VIP guy. Well, I mean, yeah, the OGs, the hardcore. If you're a hardcore Toasted Noodle fan, you're here. I mean, but if, there's also, the majority of people here watching are just people that want to get this weather information locally, so it's a whole different thing. But yeah, this was supposed to be the soft launch week, but the plan is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays have like briefings, so just like talk about the weather that week. Didn't expect to have a stream week one. Didn't expect to have a tornado touchdown and hit Reed Timmer in Limestone County and nearly flip his destroyer over. 2 days into Toasted Weather. Didn't think that would happen. But here we are. Here we are. And you can bet that I will be consuming all that media the second this is over. Because that is insane. But also, I don't know the extent of the damage. I don't know if there's any significant structural damage in limestone right now. So let's see if I can find anything. And I definitely, I mean, you can bet I'll be out there driving looking. But I'm not seeing anything on the socials right now yet. Whew. So these storms actually aren't getting their act together as fast as I thought that they would. So that's good. Switch over here. But yeah, your line is starting to slowly make its way through. And we're actually getting to the point. You know what? Let's do this. Let's look. I bet you Lauderdale County is about to be put out of the watch here in a second. So, I'd say, you know what? I'll say this. The city of Athens, all clear. Florence, all clear. Rogersville, Lexington, Killen, all clear. Mooresville, not quite all clear. Belmina, Oakland, Madison, Capshaw, still under that severe thunderstorm warning. But Limestone County is almost all clear. And yes, Emily's right. Tune in Saturday on Toasted Noodle. We have Detective Grayson coming up. That'll be a fun one. That will be a fun one. I gotta animate that tonight and tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and probably Saturday. But yeah, no, that'll be fun. Look at that hail core right over Huntsville, or the Huntsville airport right now. Going right down I-565. And that was like in the upper part of the storm, goodness. Yeah, this rotation, it's still there a little bit. Hanging out in Owens Crossroads, but it's definitely broad. It's only radar indicated. It's not confirmed. So it could have been, or I guess it could be a lot worse. So let's see. This supercell is making its way out, and I wouldn't be surprised if it spun up at some point, but it should be outside of Madison at that point. Maybe Huntsville, but can't really cross that out because it's still trying. You can tell it's still trying. Where is this new tornado warning that you told me about? Okay, that's in the Harryman, Kingston, Tennessee. Yeah, we also have all this going on in Tennessee. So obviously, if you're in any of these areas, I hope you got to pay attention to your local weather and get in your safe places if you're in any of these polygons. Same thing over here in Mississippi. So, this, oh my goodness. Sorry, clouds look really cool. Parents, if you're watching this, you gotta look outside. They're really cool clouds. So, let's go here. It's not looking too strong. I mean, obviously, you still have, like, broad rotation over New Haven. But I think that's mostly just hail right now. Still saying half dollar size. So, I also agree with this. They went ahead and issued a severe thunderstorm warning out ahead of this supercell. That is weakening, but is going into North Georgia. So they went ahead and issued that. That's Fort Ogle, Thorpe, and Trenton, and Morganville, and Chickamauga. I'm getting a lot of content from my mom. I'm going to have to open that here in a second. Let's see. Please don't open on the left side. Please don't open it. Okay, thank goodness. Yeah. Athens Utilities report 15,000 without power. 13 utility poles broke on Lucas Ferry. Water over roads in various areas. Power lines down. Okay, it's not looking that bad. Compared to what it could be. Bunch of power lines down. That's at Lucas Ferry. So there was a tornado down there. I knew it. Goodness gracious. So that's on Lucas Ferry, Browns Ferry. Bunch of power lines are down. Not seeing any significant structural damage, thankfully. Thankfully. Wow. Yeah, you can see some really cool clouds up there. And that's what happens when you get out of a situation like this. So, they're still keeping $50 size. I don't know what that was. Not seeing any signs of any rotation right here. Really not. So that will go into Huntsville. And most likely it will continue to congeal and break apart a little bit because it's getting so crowded over there. So, they do, let's see, they update severe thunderstorm warning, they say considerable threat, and they update this to lime-sized hail. So, the hail is going to be the constant here. And this is going to continue to move east-northeast into the city of Huntsville again. So you do have more hail coming for Huntsville. Let's see. Yeah. Not that much rotation. Let's go back to high-res velocity. So they continue the severe thunderstorm warning from Madison until 8. This is, again, for lime-sized hail. And we're going to, again, keep it here for just a little bit longer. You like your limes, Harrison? I do. I do like my limes. New sightings for the area they're moving into look somewhat favorable, says, but it looks like they could look at it slightly less favorable. It's true. The environment is fine. The question, or I guess more than fine, the question is forcing and I would say obviously overcrowded. Some storms are getting overcrowded here in northeast Alabama. But these storms just aren't getting their act together quite yet. Now they could, and it would definitely make sense to. I think this tornado watch is really good placed. I think, you know, this is probably going to see an area of strengthening for a little bit before it starts to weaken around 10 and 11 o'clock, probably right through there. So, scary yellow. I have no power. Yeah. No, it's good yellow, though. It's the sunset. It's the sunset reflecting off of all the crazy clouds. Yeah, that was a gnarly one, boys. How about that? We had a tornado outbreak today. We'll have to see how many. He's probably going to end up having a lot of damage reports. Recap. Lime-sized hail in Madison right now. A radar-indicated tornado with golf ball-sized hail was near Owens Crossroads. Now the hail core is approaching Woodville. It's in Cedar Point right now in Butler Mill. Possible tornado is in Poplar Ridge, heading towards Nebo. To the northeast, you have a severe thunderstorm with quarter-sized hail and winds up to 60 miles per hour. So, there's only one tornado warning on the board right now, and this expires in 8 minutes. You can definitely still see that there's something there. It's definitely trying. Look at velocity, and there's definitely broad rotation there. The question is whether or not they will expand that warning. Lime-sized hail moving into the city of Huntsville right now. The SBC issues the day one enhanced convective risk. A moderate would have verified. It would have verified a lot more than it would yesterday. But hey, what do I know? I did put her in. Hey, I'm in red mode though. Look at that border. It's red. It was orange this morning, well, yellowish orange. That's because we were kind of like in the enhanced risk mode. But I was like, no, we need to go ahead and put it on red mode. So, here's a time lapse I shot funnel. Ooh, hold on. Oh, holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow. All right, look, I'm not going to say who this is just for privacy, but thank you so much for sending that to me. That is the coolest thing. This is a time lapse of the, let's see if I can probably move it up here. Oh my goodness. Well, okay, that's reports. Yeah. So this is, look at this time lapse. This is looking towards I-65, and that's pretty incredible. That is pretty incredible. Wow. That's the supercell coming in to Limestone County. Look at that rotation. You can see some rotation. I mean, you can. That is incredible. I mean, that's a big shelf cloud right there. Look at that wind shear. God. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. We have a new tornado warning, and it is for this Owens Crossroads storm. Let's see. Oh, I got a text and say thank you for that. So we have a new tornado warning. This is radar indicated still, so we don't have any confirmation, but Woodville, Langston, Section, Scottsboro, Powell, Dutton, Sylvania, Henniger, Rainsville. All of you need to be in your safe place, and there could be a tornado headed your way. So we are in the closing minutes of my stream. We will end at 8. That's probably a good time to wrap it up. We do have this. This is the only tornado warned storm in the state, and it is not confirmed right now, but it could produce a tornado at any time. So let's look. Brad Arnold, in fact, is on the storm. And it's a lot darker over there than it is over here, which is weird. So not seeing much. Huntsville issues a severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin Lawrence. So this is back for over here. Yep. So that kind of goes back to that area that we were talking about earlier. I do expect, like, again, I think everything north of this line is going to be fine after these storms move on. But this is still something you need to watch if you're in Morgan. For example, like if you're in Morgan County right now, you are not done. You are not done. If you're in Moulton, if you're in Coleman, you are not done. You got a long way to go. The threat is not going to end for a while. It is pretty insane. It is pretty insane. And yes, I have seen that one. That is pretty insane, and I will definitely be watching that over and over after this. Let's see. Let's see. We do have, let's see, I don't know, I'm going to look at the velocity here on this. It's definitely broad. It's still very broad. I can't really pinpoint an exact location of this tornado right now. I think really it could be either right here or somewhere in here. Those are very messy circles, but you get the point. You can definitely see the rotation. I mean, like, Like, come on, but it is not showing any significant signs of an indication of a tornado on the ground. So, keep that in mind. So it is 7:58. We are, this one's about to expire in 2 minutes. This obviously, let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning, 2 inches, 60 miles per hour, damage threat considerable. 2 minutes, that ends. They have not expanded that warning yet. I don't know if they will, but if they do, just treat it like a tornado warning. But that'll be that. But anyways, thank you guys for sticking around. This has been a 7:09. Well, this is 8:00. So this has been a crazy day, and it will continue for several others. Know where to get your weather information. Tune into your local stations. Support your local stations, for goodness sakes. Show that we actually need local news and local coverage. So go support those guys. You know, this is an ongoing severe weather situation, but for Limestone County, Lauderdale County, and the majority of Madison County for right now. When I say majority, I mean this area. You're fine. You're fine. And the tornado watch should be canceled here in the coming hour for Lauderdale, Colbert, Limestone. So don't worry about it. We should be good after all this finally swoops on through. So we should be good. Everybody in Limestone, and we will be okay. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your night. And goodness gracious, yeah, Toasted Noodle fans, I'll see you on Saturday. Toasted Weather people, I'll see y'all tomorrow morning tomorrow morning, hopefully. Goodness, I'm still trying to get that routine going. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry about the notifications. I wasn't even thinking about that. But, yeah. So, thank you guys. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you guys. Actually, hold on.